the pressing of the button, because soon we're going to have graphics and we won't get the excitement out of me just pressing the button and us popping up out of nowhere.
Now we can just awkwardly come into frame with a graphic beforehand. We still won't know what's happening, but
yeah, we'll still be really awkward about it. I promise you guys that. Before we do anything right now,
Patreon.
We all have to wish Mr. Matt Donato a big happy birthday. Matt, you are the best. I'm so sad that I can't be there in person with you to celebrate properly, but I hope you had a hamburger food coma the other day. I picked like the biggest, craziest thing I could find. And then this gives us an excuse to celebrate your birthday and my birthday from back in November when we're back in LA together. So
we're owed like birthdays. Yes. Thank you so much for sending me hamburgers and derailing my workout routine yesterday. That was wonderful. that was fantastic.
How did it rate compared to your other burgers?
I mean, it was good for a burger out here. Like, we've been having one certain place in Colorado that we've been getting from. So this is the second one I've tried, and it's very on par with the one that has been highly rated. So I was able to have my hamburger and tater tots for lunch. Then I had pizza from Brooklyn shipped across the country for dinner. And then I had a cookie cake after that. So the pizza was from a work colleague, and then Lindsay sent me a cookie cake. So I ate very nice yesterday.
That sounds like the best kind of food coma imaginable.
And now I get to do
1, 2. Oh, you beat me.
I beat you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, it was thank you very much. It was like, as you said, at this point we have like 2 birthdays, holidays, many of things to celebrate when we get back in person. So that will be the first thing we tackle.
We're creeping close. This is a good programming note. I actually get my next shot next Friday. So
right.
I hope the side effects don't kick in until after we're done with Merri Hour.
I think you'll be okay. I'm positive vibes doing all that. Thank you, Andrew, for my happy 25th birthday. 100%. We're just going to keep that there.
When do you get your second shot, Matt? It's the week after, right? Is yours the 27th?
27th. Yep. So we're on the 27th. Maybe the 28th, one of those days. But yep, one of those 2 days. So the week after, I hope I am not suffering from those effects.
I think you'll be okay by that Friday, because you go. What is it? Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday.
It's either Tuesday or Wednesday. So then we have until Friday.
Okay, I don't know days of the week anymore.
I don't know. They don't matter. None of that matters except Friday, because that's what we do.
I know. That's really the only day I have any sense of, because I look forward to it so much. Oh, shit.
So
I meant to bring up something that I got in the mail for a movie that we're talking about tonight, and I forgot. You want to know what it is?
Yeah, what'd you get?
I don't even know where my phone. Hold on, let me at least get my phone. All right. I think I have a picture of it. So we're gonna review the movie In the Earth in a little bit. And
I know it.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
They sent me a log, like a mushroom log. Is that what it is? I don't know. I got a log in the mail.
Grow some fungi.
Is that's what I'm supposed to do with it? Grow fungi.
Do whatever you want with it. You can burn it. You can do whatever the hell you want with it.
I don't really know.
Have fun bringing that log.
I think we just like put it outside somewhere, because the instructions said to put it outside somewhere that gets limited sunlight. So I'm pretty sure it's just like laying in our lawn somewhere.
Yep. And then you can bring it back to LA. That's going to be a fun thing to put on an airplane.
Am I going to be allowed? I feel like they're not going to let me.
No, they will not let you.
It'd be a fun thing to test out, though. Like, I actually just want to do it now for that reason. I just want to try to put the log in my carry-on bag and go through security. Yeah, and then worst comes to worst, if they make me throw it away, I'll throw it away.
Worst comes to worst, everything in your carry-on bag is covered in fungi.
No, I'll put it in, something. I'm not gonna let it like touch everything.
Okay.
I'm smarter than that, Matt.
You are. I take that back.
Not smart enough to not do this, though. All right. What do we got up tonight?
I mean, we should just go right with the super chats at this point.
I think that's a good idea, because our first super chat is about something that's on our lineup. Ryan is here. Hello, Ryan. I hope you are having a good Friday so far. We're about to make it even better. Hey, Matt and Perry, what did you guys think of the new Army of the Dead trailer? It looks like a lot of fun and a new twist on smart zombies. I just want to see if I know Ryan put in a second one. Oh, wait,
Yeah,
no.
Yep.
We're all Army of the Dead?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then Ryan says, in one shot of the trailer, it has a female zombie and a male zombie touching foreheads with one another, almost implying a relationship of some sort. Then Ryan also added, could this movie have us care for the zombies as well as the humans? That would be an interesting way to go for the zombie genre. I'm surprised that didn't cross my mind because I'm pretty sure I am well aware of what shot Ryan is talking about here. But before getting into the specifics of it, that trailer kicked ass. It looks so cool and like so much fun and just so freaking cinematic and stunning.
Snyder knows what he's doing when it comes to zombies. And I know we're just talking about 2 movies at this point, but from everything I saw in Dawn of the Dead and from everything I'm seeing in these trailers for Army of the Dead, I'm pretty confident my 2 favorite Snyder movies are going to be zombie movies once I see Army of the Dead. And as you just said, it's very epic in the scale because you have the entirety of, Las Vegas at this point being quarantined, and he's doing a very good job to represent Las Vegas in this quarantine state. And it brings you back to Resident Evil 3 when they cross through Las Vegas and we get the dilapidated casino backdrops and things of that nature. And this looks way bigger than that. It looks a little different. It's Snyder's version of it. It's still odd because it's a muted color palette, except for these certain moments. It still has that haziness over it where I just want to see Snyder do something that goes full force into the color. And we do get these weird pops of purple and I think other kind of pastel colors in smoke. And it looks like a bombing raid almost. So I don't know why the bombs are colored, but that's a cool flourish. But that's the only thing, because otherwise we really get everything I kind of want in a big scale zombie movie that I haven't gotten a whole long damn time. So I am ready for and also just Dave Bautista cooking in a diner is really cool to see. I just love that shot. Love opening on Bautista in a diner, just flipping burgers. Good for you.
Just let Bautista do anything and I'll watch it in a movie. There's so much. It's just
zombie tiger. Fucking zombie tiger.
My notes and scrubbing through the trailer a little. I'm looking at that shot that Ryan was referencing right now, and it's reminding me of another thing that I absolutely love about the concept of this movie, and it's how having a zombie outbreak affect Las Vegas greatly affects the look of your zombies too, and it makes it quite fun and colorful. And in that particular scene that he's referencing, it almost looks like it almost the imagery almost looks like a wedding of sorts.
You're going to Vegas to get hitched. Think of all of you.
So yeah, it makes you think of that kind of thing. And then of course we get the Elvis zombie and the other lady zombie at the beginning. But it's a really interesting concept. I feel like we don't often. We've seen fast zombies recently. World War Z comes to mind, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the smarter element and the organized element, because that's either going to be really refreshingly different and smart, or, it could go the other way. So I'm curious to see what they actually do with that, besides just saying our zombies are smart and leaving it at that.
Yeah, and it brings me back to Land of the Dead a little bit because, Romero played around with the smart zombies. This is something that Romero was getting into in his massive scape of zombie films that he was connecting. And Warm Bodies and these other films that try to say zombies can be more than just lumbering, carnivorous, killer monsters. And I think it's going to be how Snyder plays with this. It's how it goes into it, because I'm getting vibes that there is still human qualities. They're still remembering things from their past life, and bringing up again the shot of a male and a female zombie touching and showing some kind of romantic entanglement is the fact that they still have their memories tucked away. So it becomes more than just fighting zombies. These are, as you just said, they're fast moving zombies. They are the chaotic zombies. It's something that plays into Snyder's wheelhouse, because one of my favorite things about the Dawn of the Dead remake that Snyder did is the fact that he took fast zombies and they weren't just a gimmick. It really amplified all the terror in that film. So if he's able to do the same thing in Army of the Dead, which looks less scary, I'll say, and more just action packed and fun, which I'm okay with. It's not a negative. Dawn was just very dark in moments, and it really had a lot of scares for me. And this looks bigger, but I like where it's going. I'm just curious how it's going to tie in, like you said, to the plot with the intelligence.
This definitely looks bigger. I don't know if I'm getting the feeling that it's going to be less scary, though. Maybe a different kind of scary. There's something about the way, especially with the zombie crowd shots, and there's a couple of shots of, our human heroes being, like circled around, and I feel like it's going to have that kind of tense and super scary, nail-biting kind of feel, where you basically feel like you're being consumed by the zombie threat around the character. So I feel like the scares are going to be in that sense, and less so, the horror type feel of a Dawn of the Dead movie. So I think it's going to be scary and not just, fun action kind of feel, or maybe an appropriate blend of both. But the other thing that I really like about what we've seen thus far in the trailers is how it highlights the ensemble. Because, sign me up for just about any zombie movie, but I do think that half the fun of something like this is going to be when you fall hard for those characters and you want to spend more time with that ensemble. And I think we're starting to see some of their connections in this trailer here. And those connections are already kind of, getting their hooks in, where I want to learn more about these people. I want to spend more time with these people. And, that's a good sign for the full feature, I think.
And again, not even people. We have a zombie tiger. And I mention it not just because it's rad that there's a zombie tiger, like really cool. I love that aspect. But the tiger is responding to a human character. And again, not a human character. I take that back. A zombie human character. So not only are the zombies communicating, but there is some kind of connection between the fact that maybe that zombie tiger is responding to the zombie human who is once tamer or whatever that is. So there's just a lot going on with these things. And I'm just going through the comments. And Songbird says, Snyder mentioned in the Q&A that one species immune to zombie outbreak are the birds. So we have a little bit of playing around in that world. And there's not science, but there is rationale behind that, being birds are the only ones that are immune to it. And I like the comment that Romero has been making us care about the zombies since the beginning. That's 100% correct. Romero is very good about making us care about the zombies because his films are so politically driven and his films are so socially conscious that he was always putting that at the forefront, where it was zombie films disguised as, social commentary 100%. And I feel like zombie films have gotten away from that in recent years, maybe not even recent, just as the zombie craze happened and it became more about munching and things of that nature. So I'm not saying that Army of the Dead is, dumber in a way. It's trying to bring that back just to do that. But I think there's different ways to make us care about these zombies, to call them, and we don't even know, infected, maybe, however they're going to refer to it. It's zombies, but still, I like the introduction. I like the way it's going, and I think we can be caring about the zombies in a way that we haven't really yet before, but we have. That's the thing. We've cared about them in one way. I think we can care about them in another way now.
Well, I don't think we've necessarily been given the opportunity to care about zombies in a wide-reaching show or film in that way. It feels like some of the Romero movies that tapped into that, maybe the audience had gotten a little smaller. Never mind, not the audience has gotten smaller. It was the the release platform had gotten smaller. By the time I saw Survival of the Dead, I don't remember all that many people in the press community, at least, that were covering it at the time. So.
Also, I didn't love Survival. I covered that, and that was unfortunate.
I didn't love it either, but I liked some of the ideas that he was scratching the surface of. Yeah. But I think the execution could have maybe been a little better. But who knows? Maybe Snyder will really dig into some of those ideas here.
And we have movies like Fido, too, where if you've never seen Fido, it's an interesting take on zombies are basically collared. And it's called Fido because zombies become trained animals in a way. So people have, zombies are mowing their lawn. Zombies are doing all these things because they're domesticated under these collars. And, Fido is kind of a reference to that nature. So, and you care about them because it's people literally taking zombies and turning them into their workers and doing things of that nature and how they uprise. And so it is very much, it's very possible. Is Life After Beth another one? Is that the one with Aubrey Plaza?
It's Aubrey Plaza and Dane DeHaan.
Yeah.
And yeah. I forget what the premise was, but she's the zombie
apocalypse.
And she's aware to a degree. Isn't it incredible how you could have seen a movie, but you could remember so little of it when it's been so long?
Well, because there's so many zombie movies alone. I mean, we're covering horror and, we're covering all these films that are thrown at us, and zombies are everywhere and everyone tries to do their own take on it. And very often I'm trying to think of the last time we've had a real big theatrical scale zombie film. So I think this is going to be something we really haven't seen, Army of the Dead specifically, in a little bit. I think zombies went the way of indie, and zombies went the way of, unfortunately, like Day of the Dead getting a remake that went straight to VOD that wasn't great and things of that nature.
Walking Dead kind of, took over the market, so to speak, and maybe created a little bit of zombie fatigue, if I'm being honest about the situation.
Yeah, that is fair.
All right, do we want to hit this next super chat before moving into our next story?
Jump into it.
Blackhawk is here. Hello, Blackhawk. Hope you're doing well and having a good weekend so far, kicking it off strong with Merri Hour. Thank you, Perri, for suggesting to watch The Conjuring. Watched it at 3 a.m. Very smart, my friend. Never watched Horror High, LOL. Or I should have said lol. Sorry, Matt. Are you disappointed in me? Lol.
Of course I am.
Don't no one want to listen? The Sadie the dog that knew the house was dangerous. More notes and
donations.
Like,
denotions.
Denotions. I just made up a new word. I think I was about to say denotations for some reason. I'm glad you liked the movie. I still think that The Conjuring is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's my favorite movie of 2013, and I'm glad you watched it. I'm just going to try to give you a good follow-up to that.
The Conjuring 2. It's on Netflix, I think. I think 2 is on Netflix.
Netflix right now? Believe
it.
All right. Naturally I wanted to recommend The Conjuring 2, but I was also trying to think of a slight pivot there. But The Conjuring 2 is really good, and I feel like it adds a whole nother layer to that kind of supernatural horror. So that is probably a very fair recommendation to see next, Blackhawk.
I maybe unpopular opinion, but I think 2 might be better than 1.
Oh no.
I love 2.
I like 2 a lot. There is one part of 2 that every single time I watch it, I'm like, this was too easy. I don't like this part.
Okay.
It's the scene on the train. Okay. I think that discovery is too easy, but I do love the rest of the movie. I love just like
Crooked Man.
Oh my God, the Crooked Man is incredible. I really wanted that Crooked Man movie.
I still want it. I still want it too. Someday. Yeah.
I think that ship might have sailed.
No, well, yeah. Well, I don't know, because the controversy is still going. We're still getting the Wannaverse films. I think there's always going to be that door open if they want to make the money.
That's true. I mean, I guess, if The Conjuring 3 or The Conjuring The Devil Made Me Do It comes out and just is this epic smash hit, for all we know, we'll hear, a lot of updates on some of the other titles that they have announced, if not even more spin-off type movies.
Yeah.
All right. Next trailer.
Sure. Family. Coronas.
Trailer. Holy shit. What a cool looking movie. It's just incredible. Every single time a new Fast and Furious movie comes out, there's a part of me that is just like, this franchise is cool, but do I really care that? And then the trailer comes out and I'm like, I care so much. I love all these characters and I need to see them come back together and go crazy with cars. It's just everything about it. Seeing all those characters back on screen, the energy that the music choices bring to these things. I just got totally wrapped up in this trailer and so hyped for this new movie.
I don't know what to say other than I'm gonna be here for it. I was gonna be here for it no matter what. And the highlights of the trailer are just these moments that they play off nostalgia, but they're still having fun with it, and you're still seeing the same characters getting crazier and wackier and playing the same gimmicks, but they still find ways with magnets and these. How many times have we seen them drift? How many times have we seen drifting happen? And then it happens again in this trailer, and it's like, yeah, still okay with it. Still fine with watching these guys whip around in their cars and do all these things. And just the little things of, I forget who's in the car when they do it, but you have the shot where Dom turns around and he's like looking at a car driving up, and they just do the little a heart symbol in the background, and I
think that's Tyrese in the car doing that.
I think it is Tyrese doing it, but they do all these little notes that they're banking so hard on the family aspect. you already know where it's going to end. It's going to end with a barbecue, and it's going to end with Dom and his brother reconciling. And like, I can't wait to see that moment.
That's exactly what I want. And when it comes to a franchise like this, I want that kind of predictability. I think that is a big reason why. And I almost don't want to use this phrasing because I do genuinely think this franchise is better than this. But when you're talking about big, dumb action franchises that make a ton of money at the box office, a big part of the reason this one stands out from the pack is because it has a really endearing quality. I know we lull about family all the time, but that is a quality that really does make it special, ensures people keep coming back, and adds a really genuine layer of emotion to, again, like a big, dumb action franchise. And I think it marries those two elements together very, very well.
And it does so knowingly. And it does so because you even get in the trailer alone, you get Tyrese. I think it's Tyrese who says something about, listen, I'm not even going to talk about the submarine. Like, acknowledging the fact that a submarine sequence happened in one of these movies. And it's like, I'm not even going to talk about that. That's just insane. So it's
admittedly, the 8th movie is not my favorite.
No, it is not my favorite either. I am in no way saying it. So like, that might even be more meta commentary. But
for sure.
I like the Fast movies because they do so much to still honor Brian O'Connor, the character, Paul Walker, the actor, obviously. And it does so much to... It keeps the family. It keeps stressing that, as you said. We love these quotes like "I live a quarter mile at a time," and these kind of weird things are thrown in there that become just iconic over these films. And every time it gets weirder. Every time we're going to space now, we're playing with magnets. It knows it has to amplify in some way, and it will always do that. So I just know what I'm getting from it, but. Oh man, I'm just so excited. I don't care. I'm super excited.
As you were talking about that, I was busy looking up a little bit of information I needed for our next topic, and I just received a really cool Fast 9 email. So okay. I'll leave that as a mystery to everybody right now. It was an email about this movie that makes me very excited. I'll let you guys connect.
And this is also, it's confirmed this is the first of a trilogy that's going to end the run, right?
Let me grab those quotes because I was reading. We did a video on that, and I want to make sure I get it right. Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, like, if you still got 2 more movies left after this that you're using to kind of close this chapter of the main narrative, like, where else are we going? We've already played with submarines. We're going to space. We're doing everything possible. Like, I'm just curious how we're going to amplify another level.
Of course, I can't find the article right now.
I'm almost positive this is the first in a trilogy that will end things.
I think no. Oh, here it is. Yeah, the headline on Collider is F9 director Justin Lin breaks down his liberating 2-film approach to end the franchise. These were the quotes that I was reading. Let's see if I can get the meat of the article here. So Justin Lin told Steve, usually when we started, part of our philosophy was that a sequel is not a given. So let's do whatever we can and really service this chapter. And it worked really well. But I think coming back, and I think for the last 10 years, I've been talking to Vin on the subject of the end of the saga. It was just something we discussed. And I have to say, coming back, this is the first time I've allowed myself to say, okay, well, let's talk about it as the final chapter. And we knew that the real estate was going to expand past one film. So it's been very liberating to work and really allow ourselves to think that way. So it is kind of nice to know that he's not necessarily boxed into concluding this series with this one movie, that he's getting a little freedom to expand the story as he needs to multiple movies at this point. But with Fast 10 and Fast 11, there's enough real estate to fit in everything they want. He continued,
yeah.
This movie could have been 6 hours if we wanted to, because I love all these characters. And I think a lot of times when I sit down with each actor and we talk about the character, it always sucks because so much of what we talk about, we never see on screen. So to be able to revisit a lot of these characters, for me, it was so fulfilling. But at the same time, I wanted to have more real estate, but I think we were very disciplined. I think part of it for me is to know that we're not treating this as one film. I mean, there's a lot we're exploring. I think we're exploring this idea of sibling rivalry and conflict, family by blood for the first time on F9, and to be able to do that, but also at the same time bring a lot of these characters back. There's a lot going on. I feel good talking to you now because I know that we're talking about it in multi-films as opposed to just one film. It's definitely very meaty, I'll tell you that. All right, that's the gist of the F10 and F11 portion of the conversation that Steve had with Justin Lin.
Basically confirmation that more shit's going to blow up in 2 more movies. Okay.
I like
good.
it. I like it.
But like, and last note too is just, we don't even have Stay Them and The Rock in here. Like Stay Them and The Rock are doing their own things and we're still just as excited.
I think that's part of the reason why I was so, I guess I have to say, surprised by how swept away I was by this trailer, because I loved Hobbs and Shaw so much that I'm like, just give me this spinoff. Like, and also because I didn't like the 8th film in the Fast and Furious proper series. At that point, right, I was saying, all right, let's go into spinoff territory and never go back to the main slot. Like, I don't need it anymore. Turns out that's not the case. I do need it.
Justice for Han, proving that I like how the Fast franchise listens to their fans in the way and they do the things that are like positive, and they do the things that are like, all right, these people want this character back. We need Justice for Han. I'm obsessed with that. That's where I'll leave it. We're getting everyone back. We might not have The Rock. We might not have Stay Them. I know that they'll be around no matter what anyway.
All right, let's get to this next Blackhawk Super Chat before we go into our review. Last thoughts. The Conjuring. Oh, never buy a closet between 1969 through 1971, and never trust a music box. And Cindy saw her sister get jumped by the dark spirit. Thank you again for the suggestion. That closet scene with Joey King is hands down one of the best scares of, I'll say, the last decade plus. It is one of my favorite scare sequences of all time.
The demon on top of the closet, correct?
When the door is moving and she's just staring into nothing.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, okay. The one I'm thinking of, it might be the same scene possibly, but when the demon is just on top of the, like, maybe it's like the what is the standing closet? Holy crap, I'm blanking on what the word is actually for it. But like one of the
wardrobe.
Yes, when the demon is just on the wardrobe and like basically you have a character looking everywhere but that part, and you're just like, oh, where's the monster? Is it inside? Is all these things? And then the camera just looks up and slowly pans in on the demon's face, just like staring and smiling. Done. That shit's what gets me.
I guess the hide and clap stuff is pretty good too.
It's good too. Listen,
that movie has a lot of my favorite shots too. I'm obsessed with and this is something that James Wan does in a lot of his movies, and I guess the Conjuring franchise does it too, to keep in line with his visual style. Just, the oneer through the house that introduces you to the family, and then in closer to the third act, there's that shot of someone running up the stairs and then down the stairs, and the camera kind of flips with them, and I'm obsessed with it. I love it. It's a brilliant move.
Also, Zeno Hour is saying pitch Fast and Furious crossover with John Wick. Universal Lionsgate needs to make this deal. I have one better. They're both Universal properties.
Jurassic.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Fast and Furious.
All right. I saw a lot of people talking about that on social media. Listen, I am, full-blown obsessed with the Jurassic franchise, and I love the Fast and Furious franchise. Do not let them touch. No. That does not work. They are not the same tonally. You can't do it.
They are not the same tonally, but just imagine it's after the Dark World and dinosaurs have now accidentally escaped into the world, and there's happens to be a Fast and the Furious heist, and all of a sudden like an Indominus shows up, and it's like, oh shit, we got to blow things up and avoid this Indominus now.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
I love them both. I'm just saying.
Please. All right, do we want to do this review?
Yeah, I think that's a thing we should do.
That is a thing we should do. All right.
Okay, cool.
This right here is our review of the new Ben Wheatley movie, In the Earth. I am just going to read you the synopsis here because This is a movie that I can't boil down into a clear-cut synopsis by myself and don't want to run into spoiler territory. So the official synopsis for the movie is, as the world searches for a cure to a disastrous virus, a scientist and park scout venture deep in the forest for a routine equipment run. Through the night, their journey becomes a terrifying voyage through the heart of darkness, the forest coming to life around them. I feel like it's important to begin this conversation by explaining my relationship with Ben Wheatley movies. They are hit or miss for me. There are certain ones that I won't see because some of the content in it, I'm sure you guys know my taste well enough to know which one I crossed off the list first. My favorite of the bunch is Free Fryer, I'll tell you that. But In the Earth was one of the ones that fall in the not for me pile. I picked up on quite a bit of the ideas and themes he was trying to explore, and I really did admire the ambition behind something like this, something that he made during the pandemic, and some of the ideas he was trying to get at, but it all did not come together in a satisfying manner to me, and some of it is so difficult to watch that when that is not the end result, it makes it not even hard, but kind of impossible for me to recommend.
It's too much of a film that's trying to have different hybrid subgenres throughout, I would say, because as you've said, I think it's an impressive feat in pandemic filmmaking. And as more and more filmmakers were toiling away during isolation and quarantine, they started to find ways to make their movies. And from what I have seen lots of interpretations on how to turn the pandemic into a movie. And a lot of them just basically recreate what we're living and just try to make a movie out of it. And that doesn't work. And I think what Ben Wheatley does by turning this into psychological woodland horror is smart, because it gets away from the fact that we are living in a pandemic, and he has created this world that we are now in that is parallel to ours, but not ours. And the horror can exist on its own. The horror doesn't have to come through what we're living right now. In that same sense, again, I go back to what I was saying, where he's trying to cram too many hybrid subgenres in here, where it's a film that starts very slow. It's a film that starts with, as Perri just said, guy goes in the woods. He does a routine checkup. He has a guide. They are basically just trying to survive by themselves for a little bit in a survivalist thriller. It's really nothing else to go into there. And then all of a sudden he goes the psychotropic angle, where Mother Nature is revolting, and the psychotropic, hallucinogenic, we're going to start playing with a lot of montages of quick cuts of nature together. And it's supposed to make you feel unsettled. It's supposed to kind of make your mind freak out a little bit. And that's what he wants. But where it loses me in areas, because I did like the film, I didn't love it. I'm not one of the people over the moon about it. It's too long. It is entirely too long for what he's trying to do. This needs to be like an 80-minute tops movie, and this gets into like almost 2-hour range, I think, or like maybe an hour 45.
I think it's an hour 45.
Okay, so like we're talking like hour 45, and there's not enough substance for what's going on to sustain that, where he keeps trying to do this shape shift throughout the narrative, where if he was a lot more straightforward with the narrative and just kind of trimmed down where there's a lot of that slow pacing, it's a different movie. I felt the chore of the film versus the entertainment at some points.
So I kind of agree with you. I do wish it were shorter, but if it were shorter, we would need to cut at least one of the ideas he's trying to get at. The part of the movie that got me the most, and, you know, this admittedly might speak to my taste more so than the quality of the film, is the survival element of it. I did really get into the idea of seeing the two, I guess, lead characters, Martin and Alma, you know, going out into the woods together, and the situation that they find themselves in when they come across someone. That part definitely got me. That is very much my speed. And I thought the two actors, Joel Fry, who you might recognize from Game of Thrones, and I'm going to butcher her name, and my deepest apologies, Alora Torchia, she in particular was phenomenal, because Alma just exudes confidence and ability in the way she carries herself, but at the same time, this actor is still able to fully make you believe that she is terrified at the most appropriate moments. And to be able to work a range like that is very impressive. And to watch the relationship between the two evolve throughout the film, I think was one of the best parts of it. It was when you got into, you know, the nature of the forest and how they were exploring how we're connected to the forest and how they're communicating with it, that just, it was almost like too much of a left turn, and it lost me, and it didn't feel like the same movie anymore.
I will say in response to that, where it gets to the weirdest aspects of it, where Wheatley finally lets go of trying to string along a more familiar narrative, and he does kind of what he does best. I like Ben Wheatley films like Kill List and these other films that start out in a place you expect, and it kind of plays around with expectations, and then it just kind of lets go. And I feel like In the Earth does that. I feel like it does it a little too late at times, or sorry, it does it a little too late just in general. But I still think his third act punch to me is where he succeeds the most. He has finally gone into the fact that we are connected to this earth in some way, and these researchers have found something deep in the woods that maybe was better left not found, and Mother Nature is pissed. And that aspect where he finally gets into that part of it, I think it's at its best. I think that's where it does its best, and it finally closes on this mystery note that still is it's just out there. It's ambiguous, but that I was okay with that. I was actually worse off with the beginning where it was slower and more obvious versus where he just went bonkers indie filmmaker psychotropic crazy. Go, sorry.
I will give you that. The eco horror of it all, I think it's very ambitious. I think the whole movie is ambitious, but that in particular is a very ambitious thing to explore. And I think he taps into some very interesting things. I think a big part of the reason that was the chunk that lost me was because it was attached to this other chunk. I almost feel like he has two really good movies here, and the combination just didn't work well. And because I was so taken by the beginnings of it, it was the end that suffered. And it just so happens that that's the more eco-heavy horror element that's where we find the more eco-heavy horror elements.
Yeah, and that's funny because I'm the flip. I'm exactly the flip of you, where I like the movie enough because I am the inverse of your opinion, and the fact that I'm kind of waiting for something to happen in the beginning, and it gets to a point where maybe there's a killer involved, maybe there's not. We don't know, because things are crazy, and people who live in the woods, maybe they're crazy too. But we get to that point, and that's where it pivots a little bit. And finally, by the third point for me, I'm invested, I'm excited. Wheatley lets go in the way that I love that he lets go. And the one thing I will say, though, is it's In the Earth is missing his energy. It's missing his usual kind of zippiness, where when you're watching something like Free Fire, which I adore too. I think Free Fire is fantastic. I love that film. And
is my favorite.
I think Kill List still, it's basic of me, but I think Kill List is still there. But again, Free Fire, though, energy out the wazoo. This is what Ben Wheatley does. He keeps things kind of moving, and he keeps things very energetic. So this isn't that. This isn't him keeping the energy up. He goes back to his indie roots, and I think he's a great indie filmmaker versus blockbuster as well. He can do both, but it's just missing what I wanted from that. It was missing what I wanted from I know what Ben Wheatley can do, and I wanted a little more of that.
All right, let's jump into the score here. Do you want me to go first on this one?
Sure, go ahead.
Man, this feels a little rough. I think I'm gonna go with 2.5 Deweys out of 5 on the Dewey Decimovie scale, pretty much because of what I said before. I think there are so many little sparks in the movie with so much potential, whether you're talking about story ideas or the quality of some of these performances or the visuals for that matter. I think he's got a wonderful eye, and I think he captures certain things really well. But the fact that I found the watching of it so unpleasant, I thought it felt like two completely different films that didn't pair well enough for me. It basically left me with close to nothing in the end. And I've got a very hard time recommending something that I sat through for an hour and 45 minutes and found unpleasant and then took so little from, even though I know the seeds were there and could have grown in a way that left me with something more meaningful. And, again, I know there's many out there who had a much stronger reaction to that material than I did, but this did not work for me. So I'm going 2.5 out of 5.
It's funny because I'm not far off from you, and I like the film. I give it the pass, but like for me, I'm gonna go 3 out of 5 because to me, 3 out of 5 is that like I like your movie. It does what it does, and like I'm not overly joyed by it. I'm not like in love with it, but the same respect, I also don't not like it. So I'm a 3 out of 5. My verdict when I wrote my review was what do we got here? In the Earth is a skeleton crew production that gets back to Ben Wheatley's indie upbringing, but despite influences of smiling killers and cryptic voices, it's lacking his signature zippiness and wonderment. So, I mean, that's really where I landed on it. The eco horror is great. I like eco horror, and as a comparison point, we were able to see a film called Gaia at South by Southwest, and that was my brand of eco horror. You're playing more in the creature elements. You're playing more in the fact that Mother Nature is pissed off and is going to unleash her fury in a way that is more I'm trying not to spoil anything, but in a way that allows comparisons to The Last of Us. So let's just put it that way. So like something like Gaia is where I get my eco horror fix, where In the Earth is impressive on indie scale. It's impressive again as a pandemic film. So all that stuff works for me. It was just a little too long, and it didn't really come together in exactly how you said. It feels like 2 or 3 different movies jammed in there, and maybe if we cut one of those out, it becomes a different experience.
All right. That right there is our review of In the Earth. And that review is coming your way, courtesy of Patreon supporter Billy, who's just one of the best of the best. He's the best
Is he?
MC. Is that what I would call it? Power Hour MC?
Yeah.
Is that what he
Yeah.
He's very good at that. He's a lovely individual. And I am deeply grateful that he's been supporting this Patreon campaign for so long. So that review was for you, Billy. We're on to the next thing now. Right.
2 things. So wait, hold on. You have 2 super chats, and there's also I want to shout out Aaron because Aaron wants to know our predictions for worldwide box office on Fast 9, and this is your thing. You used to do box office, so I'm
not ready for this.
No, okay.
I'm not ready for this. I don't mean to shut you down, Aaron. I mean, to be completely honest, it's been like a full year before I've done my box office prediction math, and all of my tools have kind of gone out the window because I'm not quite.
We don't know.
So many things that I used to figure out those numbers were based on trends and what a similar film had done in an earlier year, and like those aren't valid anymore. So I need to come up with a whole new system. But I will tell you, I think Fast 9 is going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to make a ton of money still. And, the Kong opened with 50 domestic, or was that worldwide?
Domestic?
I want to say like, so like I'm trying to go based off Kong alone and trying to put together that worldwide and trying to use that in a way. But I mean, if Kong did that, the Fast franchise is Universal's moneymaker in that sense. And it is really staged for something big. And that's why they've been holding out on it.
I think it was domestic, and I think it was a holiday weekend. So it was additional days. It wasn't a 3-day weekend run. Okay,
so they got more benefit out of that. Okay, again, I'm just trying to play that. I think it could open to basically Kong numbers. I think that's where you're going to open.
Okay, all right.
That's the best way I could do it there.
No, I think
and
it's
you have multiple supers.
Yes, I think we need to get to the super chats and then roll into beer pong.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, we also missed a super chat.
Which one did we miss?
Luke was very nice and super chatted us to confirm that we missed a super chat in there somewhere.
I see it.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Sky the Boss 96 first. Thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it. You have the opportunity to work with Marvel on the X-Men reboot in 2024. Oh, geez. Choose the best director and writer for the job. Alex Garland, Catherine Bigelow, Greta Gerwig, Karin Kusama, James Mangold, Nick Reffin, Alexander Aja, or Edgar Wright. Oh, so we're specifically choosing from his list.
Let's go.
This is a lot easier. I appreciate that.
I have ideas. I have wonderful ideas that I think should be followed, but let's go with what's here. Yeah, let's do it.
I'm looking at this list.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
tempted.
like how weird do you want to get with it? That's the thing. It's like,
I know.
you know,
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm going down this list and thinking how bonkers I want my movie.
because like, could you imagine a very horror focused X-Men that pairs up Aha and Kusama? Like,
That-
imagine putting them together and like,
I see. So you're pairing two of these people together.
oh yeah, I'm going writer and director because I mean they've both done both. So for me, it's kind of like, could you imagine if Kusama gets a writing credit and Aha gets the director, or like even flip that? Like either way.
I would rather see Karan Kusama do both. Like I think I'm just going for one person for the job overall, and I think I lean towards her. I love her sensibilities on a more intimate level, but at the same time, I love what she did with something a little bigger, like Jennifer's Body, and I feel like she's.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe this is just, my instinct based on our interviews, which does not reflect how good of a director someone is, but she's always so chill and cool.
Yeah, she's good in interviews.
That energy would be really good on a big set like an X-Men movie.
Yeah, and then like I mean, even looking at that, I'm kind of going, what if you pair Greta Gerwig's sensibilities about writing characters and writing, especially if we're talking about X-Men reboot, maybe they go with younger characters and maybe they let Greta Gerwig write an X-Men Academy kind of film and write and direct. That's one thing, just let her write and direct it, or pair Greta Gerwig's sensibilities of writing characters with Edgar Wright's visual style. I think that would be such a pairing.
That almost sounds like the Diablo Cody Edgar Wright pairing.
In a way, but I think the way Gerwig writes her characters versus Cody is different. Let's put it that way. So I would love to see the way that Gerwig brings to a script and how Edgar Wright injects his visual editorial aesthetic into that. And I think that could be a very fun, very exciting kind of X-Men film.
All right. Next super chat is it's just
Ian.
What's
up, Ian?
Ian being super cool. Do you know what Ian's gonna get me to do when I move back to LA? I might try HelloFresh, which gasp involves cooking, but I might.
Yeah.
I might.
Let's see.
Some pictures of some stuff he cooked, and it looked like, I know mine's gonna look shittier than Ian's, but like his stuff looks so good that it makes me want it. All right, so then we have the Luke one.
Yep.
There's Luke.
Thank you, Luke.
Very kind. FYI, you missed a super chat from Ryan from before the review about Nosferatu.
Yes, so now scroll back up.
All right, I'm going. Thank you so much.
Oh, wait.
Really appreciate
I think I got it already.
That. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
You could start reading.
553. My favorite horror movie of all time is the original Nosferatu silent film. I think is the best and scariest interpretation of a vampire of all time. Ooh.
I love that movie.
Oh, it's very good, but now that makes me think about interpretations of a vampire.
Part of the reason why I watched that to begin with is because of the "Are You Afraid of the Dark" episode.
That's fair.
I love that episode, and now when I think of that episode, I think of Keola's movie Porno, which is a very good movie, and people should watch that.
Porno. Porno is fun. No, I just think about scariest interpretations of vampires at this point. I think about, Nosferatu is very, the way the head looks, the way everything snarls and the claws and things of that nature. So I do hold that very high. And I just saw a movie that's hitting, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but Boys from County Hell is on Shudder next week, and it is an Irish vampire film. And it is whether or not I liked it, I cannot say yet, but there is a very primal, very, I'm going to say scary interpretation of a vampire in that film. So whether or not I liked it, you'll find out on Monday when the embargo breaks, but be on the lookout for it is my hint.
All right. We got a big one from Blackhawk here.
Let's go.
Rumor is that Wolverine will be a Disney Plus TV show. Thoughts if that could be a possibility? So while Matt was talking, I looked that up, and I'm not ready to go ahead and say that this is a likely thing. I think we need, maybe a trade to confirm some of these reports. So don't get too far ahead of yourselves yet. But would I like the idea of a Disney Plus Wolverine show? Yes, I would. I'm a little behind on Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so no spoilers, please. But what I've seen, I know, I'm getting the gist of it on social media, but what I've seen
The best episode was last episode.
I keep hearing that. What I've seen of that show and what I saw in WandaVision does suggest to me that, the series format gives me time to live with these characters and explore them in a deeper manner. And I'm all for it if that's what they decide to do with this particular character.
It's not going to be an introduction if there ever is a Wolverine Disney Plus show. They're going to save the reveals, I would say, of any X-Men Marvel property, getting them in the MCU. Sorry, that's going to be a theatrical thing. So to get to that point, I think it's going to take a little bit because we're going to have to get their theatrical introduction first and then get there. But if we do ever get that show, and if we do ever get Wolverine in the MCU, better be played by Carl Urban.
I wouldn't mind that. All right.
I would love that.
Blackhawk, again, thank you for the support. Really know that it does make a huge difference. All right, we got 2 more here. Annabelle's here. How you doing, Annabelle? Happy everything to you both. You're my Friday lifeblood. We are happy to be that. Have you been enjoying Creepshow so far? Also, what's your next looking forward to movie? I have not watched the new Creepshow material yet.
I have.
I had a feeling you did. I thought you did. I thought you tweeted something about it.
I did. So just putting historically out there, I have not been a fan of the new Creepshow revival. It is just not up to par, I think. Season 1 alone, I guess I would say. There were 2 segments throughout the entirety of season 1 that really hooked me, and I really just don't think the production quality is there. A lot of these Creepshow segments seem to be banking on the fact that we're hoping they don't look great because of 80s nostalgia. So it's like, oh, we're playing the throwback vibe, so we don't have to make it look fantastic or cinematic or anything like that. And I understand these are lower budget things. I understand all of this. They just don't come together for me. The stories usually lack in these nature. So that's how I'm coming into season 2. And I will say Public Access of the Dead, I think it's called, the second segment in season 2 of Creepshow, fucking amazing. Shit. If you haven't watched it yet, it is literally an Evil Dead spinoff, without saying it is, because Ted Raimi shows up at a public access station holding the Necronomicon and basically saying that the Necronomicon has been in the Raimi family for decades. So there's never a mention of Evil Dead, but then basically the appraiser turns into a Deadite without saying he's a Deadite, and it becomes Evil Dead in a public access station. And one of the characters is literally Bob Ross, like literally a Bob Ross knockoff, and he becomes the hero. So that was so good. So you start off season 2 with that segment, and it's phenomenal. And then I just watched episodes 2 and 3 last night, and it has just bottomed out again. I don't know. I can't stay excited about Creepshow, and I really want to because it's a property I really want to. And there are fantastic, like Nicotero's studio and Nicotero directing. We're getting a lot of these practical elements that are so cool. And there are these giant models of, there's, a lot of big bugs in one episode. Let's put it that way, because there's an exterminator. And when I say big bugs, they are gigantic models and gigantic practical effects of oversized, think arachnophobia, maybe like in that world. And it looks awesome, but everything around it feels so cheap. And that's what I keep coming back to on Creepshow. So my heart is broken saying that because I really want to love it, but I just can't.
All right. Well, you sold me on that one. All right. Before we get to these next chats and bring in our beer pong partners.
Yes.
Real quick,
sorry.
Patreon shout outs to some of my top tier folks here. We've got Kavi, Matthew, Rosa, and then on top of them, we've got Steven, Caleb, and Justin. I think I saw Caleb and Justin in the house. We might have a Caleb super chat coming our way, but you guys are the best. Do you know how much I appreciate you and how much I love our Slack community? I think you are all wonderful. All right. I think we do these next 2 super chats with our guests. So bring in the one everyone knows well, because we just dominate and we're really freaking good. Sabrina, I'm so happy you're back. How are you doing? I think you're muted still. Can I unmute you? I can't. You have to unmute yourself. There we go.
2021. I feel like this is a Friday tradition now, and I look forward to it. Every time I wake up in the morning, I'm like, yes. When I finish work, I'm just going to grab a drink and play some beer pong.
And I'll tell you, I actually practiced today because my dad is away. So my mother, I live with my parents because of the pandemic. my mom didn't eat at the dinner table, so I set up all my stuff early. And for a while, like me and my mom, we just and she did a couple of behind the back stuff, and it was very amusing.
She was supposed to be on the show.
She chickened out last minute, Matt.
I know, that's what I'm saying. She was supposed to be here already, and I'm not going to say she chickened out. I that was all you. So,
I mean, she did. Maybe one day though. I'll circle back with her. All right, Sabrina, you ready to meet our competition?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
It's really cool. So I feel bad being a shit talker right now. But
okay.
We've got Brian from Junkfood Cinema here
with the belt.
Look how nicely set up you are.
I don't take anything, especially beer pong. I don't take lightly, so I'm ready to go.
Oh, this is good. I'm excited here.
All right, we're gonna get to it. First, before I leave you guys alone with Matt, my apologies in advance. We have Caleb here with a super chat, and that means we talk about something football related. Brian, I don't know if you watch football, so you might be able to help Matt out
religiously.
With this. I'll add one thing: is that I've been watching Aaron Rodgers host Jeopardy regularly. And at the beginning, I'm like, this guy, he's super, I love your football, but you are super stiff and shouldn't be doing this. He's totally won me over. And now I officially think he is the best guest host that I've seen in this past month.
Yeah, he's fit.
Confirm.
Jeopardy.
Yeah, not really a Jeopardy fan, so I'm sure he's doing just fine.
Talk about legit football stuff while I go set up. I'll be right back.
All right, well then, Brian, nice to meet you. Have not met before, so
hello.
I hope I make a good impression being your partner. I guess we have to ask you who your favorite football team then is. If you were a religious watcher, who are you religiously watching?
Well, I'm from Indianapolis, and big shout out to my hometown, especially today. So I'm a diehard Colts fan, which means that for many years I just love to be frustrated. So yeah, that's my number one team is the Indianapolis Colts.
This is going to make things a little awkward because I'm a Texans fan. So for many years,
that's okay. If you had said it's going to make things awkward because I'm a Patriots fan, instantly I'd log off this call. But you said Texans, and that's fine.
Meanwhile, we've been going back and forth for years, just trading the conference and figuring out who's going to go lose first in the divisional rounds, basically.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it this year, or do we do it this year?
Do you want to be the sacrificial lamb, or should we take it this year? Who knows?
Yeah. Here's a cookie for making it to the playoffs. Sorry, Sabrina, what would you like to add?
I mean, I'm from Chicago, so I gotta say, go Bears. Are they doing good?
That they can get better this year. They had a decent year last year, I think, for what they were dealt with. So, this year I think they're upgrading some positions that could help them. So you might have things to really be excited about.
Yeah, it's always fun because I was living in the city my senior year of high school, or maybe it was like my junior year of high school when the hockey team, like the Blackhawks, won, and there was just a parade in the city. It was incredible. It was like the energy was unmatched, and I've never even watched a hockey game in my life. I'm not a sports person, but I love to celebrate.
That's celebrating is the fun.
Yeah.
I went to school in Long Island, and I worked in New York City, so I got to be there for multiple Giants Super Bowls. And man, that city, when the Giants won, holy crap. I was on the 40th floor of my building where I worked, and we were just dumping confetti out of our hoping we didn't drop an entire container out of the trash. We're like, all right, no one dropped this 40 stories, but keep going with the confetti. And it was so cool. That let literally everything shut down for the parade for the Giants. That was such an awesome atmosphere. So I agree with you. Celebrating's fun.
Yeah.
I was in school in Manhattan when they won the Super Bowl, and it was hands down one of the best parties of my undergraduate run there.
Yeah, hold on.
Intimidated. I think it's the belt, honestly. I mean, when you're in the presence of Le Champion.
Can you shoot with the belt on?
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, okay, perfect, good. Quick super chat.
Yes, I see it. I see it. I don't know how to pronounce Clowney's first name.
Jadeveon Clowney,
Jadeveon
Browns.
He's very good.
And yeah, so the Browns have just literally went from having a pretty good offense and not a great defense to hold them up to upgrading their linebacker core tremendously. So I am legitimately worried about the Browns if Baker Mayfield cannot Baker Mayfield his way out of the season.
I just want to address something. Blackhawk, they actually took the Colts' fourth best linebacker. That's how good our defense has been the last couple seasons. So, yeah, I mean, they got a great player, but he is by no means our best linebacker. We still have Justin Houston, DeForest Buckner. Yeah, I mean, and the other guy who was the all-time tackle leader for a rookie whose name is escaping me. But, like, literally, they took our fourth best linebacker.
Just gonna brush your shoulders off on that one. Just like, let's just...
Yeah, because I'd knock the belt off if I did that.
Right. We don't want to knock the belt off. Perri, am I good to go set up real quick?
You go set up. I was ready to go. I'm glad we had Brian for football chat today. That was very helpful.
I'm vamping. That's my function in most shows. It's just vamp. Just talk about nonsense while we do other things.
This gives us a good opportunity to promote your podcast where I got to guest and talk about Space Jam, which I am wildly obsessed with. And that was so much fun. You guys have such a cool show.
Thank you very much. She's referring to Junkfood Cinema, which is the weekly cult and exploitation film cast that I do with C. Robert Cargill. We talk about pretty much any movie that we feel has not gotten a fair shake that we legitimately love. So it's different from most bad movie podcasts. We're not talking about bad movies to make fun of them. We're talking about the bad movies that we legitimately love and, being excited about them. And your episode was actually a revisit to Space Jam, one of the rare times that we've talked about a movie again, but there was just so much more to say, in the pandemic with the sequel coming out, like so much to talk about. And I loved that I actually got to introduce you to the Space Jam website that is still in operation. That was awesome.
That is the coolest thing ever. And I wish that, more old movies from the 90s had their websites. Because, I vividly remember going on websites that were similar to that one before. And, why would you take that stuff down at all?
Yeah, I'm like, how does Hackers not have a website? Like, that seems like the biggest no-brainer of all time. Hackers should have a circa 1995 website still on the internet.
I want a Jurassic Park website that looks like the Unix system that Lex navigates.
Did you hear about the Jurassic Park Fast and the Furious crossover rumor?
Oh no!
Wait, we want to talk about that again? We can talk about that again.
I'll take it.
No, I love.
Could you imagine Vin Diesel fighting the dinosaurs or something?
They don't mesh well. They don't. I love Fast and Furious. Leave it out of my Jurassic franchise.
No, I don't know. I think there's a natural crossover to this because very much like John Hammond, the Fast and Furious franchise is so focused on whether or not it could, it never stopped to think about whether it should. That's the driving force behind the Fast and Furious franchise. So to me, it seems like a natural crossover.
I will give you credit for what you just said. Blackhawk is back here asking Mortal Kombat, anyone? Thoughts? No thoughts. No thoughts, but I think we're allowed to share thoughts later next week. So stay tuned because there will be thoughts on this channel. But that's all I can tell you right now, Blackhawk.
It comes out the 23rd, right?
Yes, 23rd. Okay. All right.
We haven't had a press screening yet, but hell yes, I'm excited for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Excitement's there.
Time for rules. Matt, do you want to fill Brian in on how we play?
I can indeed. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Cool. We play pretty basic rules. We are virtual right now, so obviously we cannot do things like swatting away bounces in that nature. So just shots. We're not bouncing at all. If it bounces, it's just basically dead. The only time bouncing counts is if you take a shot and the ball rolls back to you on your table and you catch it before it goes on the ground. You can do the ceremonial behind the back shot. So if you hit that, it is just a continuation. You hit behind the back. Congratulations. Other than that, we don't play with heating up, no NBA Jams rules, none of that nature. And it is, if you both hit on the last cup, you win. If you get, you get one rack per team per game. And you also get one isolation shot per person per game. So isolation is the same as island or however you might have called that in the past, but you get one of those per game. And I think that's everything.
Okay.
It sounds about right. But if you have any questions, just ask.
Fair enough.
This is a friendly, competitive beer pong game.
It's very friendly. But yes,
it's friendly, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, it's telling the guy wearing a literal championship belt around his shoulder, calling himself Le Champion.
So Sabrina, we are champs. We go first. Would you like to continue the same order we've done?
Yeah, I feel like that's where we need to be.
All right. That is where we will go. That means I can feel good about hitting that front cup right now.
I'm always...
I didn't hit anything.
Almost there.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry. So they both go in a turn.
Got it. No, that makes sense. Okay.
So they'll both go.
Correct.
It's the pain when it swirls around.
Christy made a good call. Brian has too many cups.
Oh wait,
Too
shit.
many
Yeah.
cups?
Yep. We're playing 6 cup. We're playing best of 3 6 cup. My bad.
Okay. Yeah. No, I have way too many cups. Then hold on.
Do you set up a 22 cup rack playing rhombus?
Hey, you don't get to be Le Champion by taking it easy. So.
Are you an AEW fan? Can I ask that right now?
Hell to the yes.
Okay, just making sure.
The only thing I know about AEW is Orange Cassidy because I had that conversation with him. Where
I bought
a lot more.
I bought the Le Champion Prosecco when it came out.
Nice.
Because I had to, and I was saving it for like New Year's or something.
Well, the other podcast that I do with my brother is called Replay for View, where we actually were going through and covering every WWF pay-per-view from 2000 forward, which is what this T-shirt is. And then the network was like all in disarray, so now we're doing more of a grab bag thing where people are sitting at random pay-per-views on DVD, and we're just covering whatever we get. So it's been a lot of fun, but I've been watching AEW kind of in the interim.
When I used to go to Blockbuster with my dad, we wouldn't rent movies. We would go to the sports section and rent the WWF old school like pay-per-views. Like we would rock. Yeah. Those were our movie nights.
Oh, we're gonna get along fine.
All right. Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go?
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Do it. I like this. The ambition.
All right.
Ooh. I'm willing to bet that Brian had all of the supplies on hand. Did you?
Let's not. We don't have to speculate.
Right. Okay, so here's the other thing about this. So we're gonna mirror racks. So when I hit, you're gonna take the same cup as me. So I hit the middle right. So you take your middle right.
Okay. Got it.
Sorry, not to interrupt. That was one rule I forgot, and it becomes very confusing because like you're looking and going like, okay, right is left in the mirror. This is weird.
Right.
No.
Almost there.
This is in a row. Yuck.
We always come back.
That is true.
This is true. You have come from behind multiple times.
We're giving our guest a head start. We're being
courteous.
Kind champion.
Hospitality on the Merri Hour.
Very humble.
There's one.
He got shit. Did you just give him an ISO?
Yeah, middle left.
Middle left? Okay, so I'm going to take my middle left.
Middle left.
All right, if it's there, I got to take it. All right. I will use my ISO here. I'm going to drop the ball. That's fine. Not at all. Wait, behind the back. I'm going for behind the back. Nope, not at all. Okay, I missed my ISO. Hey.
All right.
Good job.
Time is
Oh,
come.
we got this.
We're playing for real now. We were just messing around before.
Yeah, we're just getting warmed up.
I got the front cup.
So I think it was the last 2 times we played. Sabrina and Perri have become very, very annoying because they like to hit cups at the same times.
Matt, here's another super chat. So, should I know what Star Grove is?
Yes! Okay. So Stargrove is a reference to the John Stamos 1986 film Never Too Young to Die. That is a staple of Junkfood Cinema. It's like our battle cry. So thank you very much, James.
That is fantastic.
For showing up and representing JFC.
There's a lot of Star Grove.
I was going to say the chat has been Stargrove heavy since you got in here.
I did not know what to make of that.
Y'all need to watch that movie. It's incredible.
Thank you again for your super chat, Brian. I might actually watch the movie because of it.
A simple super chat can make somebody a movie fan. Table. You're good.
Okay.
Ooh. All right. Let's chip away at this.
Nope. Okay, go ahead. All right, I gotta get this
That was
bad mojo.
I can't complain. That was a good shot.
Bad mojo.
Oh, it's still on the table.
Yeah, it's behind back. There you go.
We're gonna get there.
That went in my kitchen, like all the way diagonal across the room.
It went in a different room.
You guys still sticking with that rack, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Damn it.
It's actually a good rack for potential behind the backs.
Ah, I had it and then I dropped it.
All right. Let's catch up. We're going to catch up. That cup.
So, Brian, did you use your ISO yet? Just curious.
I'm not even sure exactly what that is. I'm sorry.
Okay, so no problem. So we have a situation right now where there's one cup not touching. If you call isolation and you hit this one cup, you get 2 cups for doing it.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm doing that.
Oh my! Starting rough today.
We're what is it called? What's the term when you like fake sucking at something and then you get really
We're
good?
hustling.
We're hustling.
You're hustling.
Yeah.
You're hustling.
That's the word. We're hustling you.
I like it.
All right. I'm using my ISO on that front cup.
Going for it.
Don't hit any other cup.
Ah!
All right.
At
I
least
need
I
to
didn't make
drink
a
some-
fart noise at you.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Come on, stay in the cup. Nope.
Oh.
Literally
Matt.
bounced in and out.
Matt, while I go, you could answer Arturo's super chat because we were gonna talk about this earlier. What would
Oh right, yeah.
you screen as your first red carpet if you bought ArcLight Cinemas? Man, do I hope someone buys.
I would screen the 1990s classic Demon Wind. It's an underseen film that deserves way more love, and I would roll out. I would roll out the green carpet for that one.
Yeah,
I
you and I
would.
need to talk off mic Donato about some movies.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, no.
Demon Wind?
What?
Ryan, do you like Demon Wind?
I do I enjoy the experience of Demon Wind very much.
As do I. I'm a new recruit. I like it quite a bit.
Well, so Perry's a new recruit. I've been bugging Perry to watch it for so long, but she hasn't watched it with a group of people. So once everything's better, we're gonna have a group watch of Demon Wind, so you understand the actual experience.
I'm very happy to do that. I think we should keep our fingers crossed or just like keep saying it so it manifests that someone purchases the ArcLight and decides to open it up with a Demon Wind screening.
Listen, I'll just yeah,
Times.
absolutely, yep. We
That's how
have
you
a bit
get
of a
the second
cooler here.
seat.
Damn it.
All right, we might have to rack soon. We might have to use our one rack if we
Yeah,
can.
I think we definitely need to re-rack this rack. It's cursed.
Oh my God, I don't know.
Behind the back again.
Oh, come on.
Hold on. Oh,
Oh.
dude, this is because if we do our rack, we get a diamond.
All
So we're
right.
at least playing with a little bit of an advantage.
It is the second row right side.
All right. See, you're coming back. You practiced this morning with your mom.
We're going to go on a run
No
now. I
time.
feel it.
I know you always do this. You go on runs. I don't like it.
It's going to happen. I know it.
All right,
Just
so
all of
here's
a sudden sneak up on them and beat them.
Yeah, now we're tied. So
should we? All right, here's our dilemma. Do we do it? Do we
And
put
we
it
need the
into a
better
diamond
rack.
and use our rack, or do we try to hit one of these?
No, I say we do it. We're
Do it.
getting nothing with this
I know. All right,
configuration.
we're doing it. We're doing it. Put them in a diamond formation.
Desperation Diamond.
Yeah, I will very much own up to that because we are not hitting anything otherwise.
I prefer to think of it as Diamond Dallas Page myself, but that's
There you
just
go.
me.
Throw up the DDP signal. There you go.
Yes, baby. Back up.
That was dramatic.
Back up. Okay, back up's it.
Yeah, that shit spun.
Brian, there's requests in the chat for you to show off your pop figures.
Oh, yeah, these are actually my wrestling pops, minus my Steve Austin. I didn't bring that one up, but the Marvel Deadpool as a luchador, and then I got Edge, China, and Spider-Man Sure.
Nice assortment there. So,
Going with the
Sabrina,
theme,
I
too.
think we keep this rack because we've got this pretty little triangle here, and then maybe we do one of the triple ones after.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. My apologies in advance if I hit that front cup and give you a very shitty situation.
It's all good. We're gonna come back either way.
Oh man.
Oh, I thought that,
Positivity. All right.
that went in and out.
If we can dodge this.
Oh my god.
All right.
My mentality is it's okay to miss as long as we're on target, and we've both been on target.
You're all very on target.
I keep hitting the cup, just not getting in.
Damn.
The question is, do we do the desperation diamond now, or do we feel good with this little triangle here?
Let's copy them. Let's do
All right.
Oh man.
Diamond it is. Diamond it
What's
is.
awesome is that my laptop is into the hallway where the bathroom is. So right now in my bathroom, there's like 20 ping pong balls just laying back there.
So whenever you go back there, you're fine. You got
All
plenty.
right.
Exactly.
The top of this diamond is going down right now.
I need to step up. I hit that first one. I've been cold since.
Oh,
I
You need to fuel up.
need to. Yeah, I agree with that.
Back is gone.
I could do that. I can.
Oh,
All right.
I thought it was going in.
I know.
We're still tied right now.
Yeah, a little bit of a rough start. We started coming back.
I'm feeling pretty good about this.
Damn.
I think we're getting in their heads too.
Yeah.
Is that a behind the back? Do I
Go
get
for it.
No.
It
Okay.
hit. It hit the wall. I don't know, Matt.
Okay.
You call.
I mean-
yeah, I'll do whatever.
I'm gonna say no on the wall. I'm gonna say no on the wall because not everyone has it. I think I am too sober, so I agree with you.
Yeah. Let's just,
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking the same thing.
Because it is true. Usually I come in a little more fired up. The energy's not there, so I think that
pound beer and brown spear. Let's
I'm
go.
just going with a little bit of Nom Creek here.
There you go.
With
Is
my
this
little.
supposed to be intimidating?
Hold on, this is my sassy Sonic shot glass for my birthday. Just
Nice.
making a little sassy face.
That is a very cool
I
shot.
love it.
It is. It's a very cool shot
Does it
glass.
make you drink faster?
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
It has a little noise afterwards, like.
Ding. There's a
It
little
never, it
gold
never
bug.
leaves rings on the table.
No, you know what? I hope it does leave nothing on the table. That's a good point. Nope, literally threw it over the cups. Over the cups. All right, good.
Now this is it. This is where we jump ahead.
Mm-hmm.
That went in the cup and came out of the cup.
That happened to me on my when I went for the ISO too. The same
This
shit.
is the last time I take practice shots before we play.
I
Oh,
mean, we have heard-
Oh,
which
you
one?
can do it.
Oh, you hit a back one.
Finally.
This one. Yes, that one.
All right, wait,
Always
Brian.
just one.
Do we want to switch the mojo? Let me try first, and then you go
Yeah,
second.
you go first. Yeah.
Let's see if the
Now
mojo
it's
switches.
Now it's the mojo desperation.
I'm
Switch.
literally hitting the cups. I'm literally hitting the cups.
Damn it.
All right.
All right.
Suck all the hope out of the situation for them right
I know. We're given too many opportunities. We know what we're doing.
It's so close every time.
It's all good. We're coming back. Oh.
All right.
Right on line though, again.
Back right. Holy
Oh.
crap! Finally.
Oh,
Finally.
I like it. I like it.
That was a drought. Right, Rogers? That was a drought. Okay. I just walked away. Yeah, all right. Thank God.
Back left.
Back left?
All right.
Back left, sir.
We still
I
got
think
this.
that's ours.
All right, so we get to go again.
We get to
Here's-
go again.
so-
I think changing up the mojo really helps. So let's stick with it.
I like it. If we both hit here, that's game over. If one of us hits, then they get rebuttal.
Don't
Okay.
let it get to your head, guys.
Rimmed it.
Hi, Rogers.
Oh, thank you. Yep, he's been a very good helper so far. Not a single snatch.
All right, this is where we're coming back now.
Right, Rogers? You did good so far. Oh, now you want to play?
No.
Your opponent is supposed to do that with the swatting.
No.
Wait, was Sabrina swatting away Perry's shot? The wind from the screen. The wind.
The demon wind.
The demon. We can't explain it.
Why?
A movie that should be titled Demon Fog, but that's fine.
All right.
Hit it.
All right.
Nope.
Feeling better. There you go. That's game one.
Okay, game one down.
All right.
Feeling good.
We had to let you have it so we could play 3 games tonight.
Oh, are you trying to build our confidence up so you can knock us down now? Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure.
Remember, we've been hustling you all along.
Yes.
That's right. This is
Usually you don't lose when you hustle, though. I mean, usually.
Well,
No, it's just the first game.
No, because like now. Yeah.
Oh, you're running the long con. I see.
Yeah, they're playing the long con. They wanted us to get that win to feel good, to then crush our spirits.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do.
But it's
That's fair.
effective.
That's fair.
Yeah, it makes for good video.
Yeah.
When we cry later, it'll be good.
All right, you guys have the honors.
All right. I guess
keep
you
the order
me first. Yep. Let's keep the order. Nope. Bounce off.
Oh.
Thank you, Roger. Hey.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Might have to get that one, actually.
Feel like I'm out. They're all in the back.
Yeah.
Front cup.
Front cup. We love to see it.
So good right now.
Yep. They're a solid team, and when Perry gets on a heater, it's hard. It is hard to get off. Oh, you got it. Or no? Oh.
That was so suspenseful.
So close, like rolling around my hair.
Oh, that was better than me swatting it across the kitchen.
We're just not good at doing that. It's okay.
Really? I probably would have missed the behind the back even if I caught it. All right.
I'm waiting for somebody to hit it behind the back. I haven't seen one yet on this channel.
I hit one when I practiced. So no
I was gonna say, I think Perry's hit 2 so far. I think I've hit 3 so far.
Yes. Second row side.
All right. Yep.
Boop.
Oh.
That would be the right one, yes.
I'm hiding.
My mom saw me hit it behind the back.
we need validation.
Middle back.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the issue.
So
The
Matt,
issue.
can I call ISO on this one?
Yeah.
If we're
Yeah. Ice is okay.
Isolation.
Yep.
Freaking
Oh, boy.
Babe found her shot over here.
Yeah. I'm telling you, when she gets on a heater, it's an issue.
Like that?
Yeah, like that.
So Sabrina,
Oh,
I'm gonna take this cup and this back guy right here.
Yes.
And I'm gonna leave you with 1 cup to
Well, the good news is we probably won't have to rack.
Okay.
If this is the way they win, I swear to God.
I would be very okay with it. Are you kidding me? If they won on that,
One
if
day.
they won on that,
30 for 30 documentary about this game.
are you fucking kidding me?
Uh-oh.
All right, I hit nothing. Literally hit all the rims.
Are we gonna sweep you guys right now?
Yeah, totally.
Hustling 101.
Let's see. Let's see. Can we
Christ.
Can you hit 6 in a row?
That was
Yeah,
very
literally, you'd have to run the table to win the game.
that was
Yeah.
very close.
This is a little bit of a problem.
It's okay if we miss because it's fun having such a big buffer right now.
I don't know. I like literally I don't know.
Matt used all of his
Are you
mojo.
kidding me?
It's the thing where it's just hitting right in the middle of a bunch of cups and it's like, nah, fuck off. And I'm like, all right, cool.
I gotta change something here.
I hit the rim again.
We can listen, we can switch that mojo again. We can let you go first.
We may have to, man. We gotta do something.
Yeah. All right. Do it up.
Close, guys. You better hit something soon.
Does that count?
I don't think it can. I don't think it can because it's the balance. But it was, listen, it's on video. So.
It looked really good.
My best shot of the night that didn't count is on video, and I will take that.
Enough playing around.
Yeah, Perry, just hit this. We've got another game to play after this. Perry or Sabrina, apologies.
Oh.
I think it's because I didn't take a shot.
All right.
All over the
It's
floor.
the rim.
This is some you got it.
Got one.
What is
All right, middle left, you said?
Yeah, my left. I don't know if that matters, but middle left.
Yep, it does. Totally.
Okay, cool.
All right. I don't fucking know what to do. I don't fucking know what to do.
All right, we got this. Close it out.
It couldn't go any farther in the cup without going in. I don't understand.
Oh.
There it is.
All
There
right,
it
we're gonna have
is.
a rebuttal.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
we're gonna have a nice
Hold on.
rebuttal, unless it closes. All right.
We
Oh
got.
man.
They're not hitting 5 cups.
Perry,
Go
you
for it.
killed it. That practice before, that got you ready.
That's
come on.
It
It's all
just
to you, man.
warm up.
All right.
There it is.
I don't know. I don't know what's. All right. Cool. Go first. You got this.
Good game, ladies. Good
Right.
game. And by that I mean we got really spanked.
Oh, that was. Listen.
All right.
I'm
I
gonna
think
do
we're
another.
just gonna start really strong here, and I'm gonna knock out that first cup, and then you're gonna get another one.
Do it.
So we won the game that I took a shot during.
Front cup is done.
That's like second nature to you. I swear you can't miss a front cup. You
I
always-
like a front cup in any triangle formation feels good to me.
Well, I was gonna say like you go in order, Perry. Like I always notice, you always start front, and then you go for like literally you go typewriter. You go in
I
order.
chip away at the triangle.
Yeah, exactly. I can see it every time.
This one's the next one.
All right.
What I get for buying rubber cups.
So wait, this is my Sonic face. So the Sonic on that one.
Very appropriate.
Yeah. We're
Wait,
good
did you
here.
both go?
No, I didn't go yet.
Okay.
Do it. There you go.
Yep, exactly. Popeye's drunk cousin.
Woo. Get back here.
Fuck up.
All
All right.
Trying to copy me.
Perry, you're so cool that I just want to do everything you do. I'm sorry.
Hey, then try winning.
Hey, we did it the first time.
That's true.
Boo. That hit the rim.
We just got to channel those good vibes again. I think we got in our heads that second one. We let the wind go to our head.
Oh,
The
I
demon win.
was gonna get one.
The demon wind.
We both had
We
good
got
shots.
this.
That's what matters.
Yeah, we're there. We know where we're going.
I feel like this little thing you do, we should call it the demon wind.
I love it. I've been doing that for years. I get made fun of every time, but it always centers me.
What does that do? Oh, all right.
Nope, not that one.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna hit that cup I've been watching this whole time.
Whew. How are we doing here? Any super chats come in? I'm sorry, we've been neglecting the chat a little bit.
This guy's gone.
Who's going in order? What is this?
Yeah, it literally in order. It's like those videos of like college kids who like they don't miss a shot and they just literally just go in order.
You were going for that same one again.
I just didn't know you could play beer pong chronologically. That's really interesting to me.
Perry's so calculated with
This
it.
one's
Like,
next in order.
It's like a franchise. She has to go in order.
It's so true.
Ah,
All right, come on.
Pressure, Matt.
no.
Oh my! Are you fucking kidding me? Nope.
That was a good one, though. This one is going down
That's
now.
not even fair. That's not even fair.
Like literally, I don't know what else I could be doing here where they're just rimming in and out. All right, let's go, Perry. Ooh, okay. The funny part is you point at it like you know it's coming next. You're like, you're done. You're done on the next one. I saw that. You didn't let it go in.
Behind
You got it.
okay.
I'm going to be so excited when she makes one of these.
That was not bad.
That was not bad. That was not bad.
That was right down the
Just needed a little bit more of an angle.
I'll tell you what, that had me scared. That had me
That
scared.
was getting close.
It's the hips. It's like we were telling Mary Beth or someone. It's when you do the hips with it. It's like
It's Happy Gilmore.
not just
It's
arms.
all
Yeah.
in the hips.
it all in the hips.
I literally say that to myself every single time I do it behind the back.
Okay, all right. We're not getting our heads. It's fine.
Top of the triangle.
This is fine. We might need to do a diamond. It's okay. We did a diamond last time we won.
Yes.
But I left you with a shitty straight line. I am so sorry.
All right, we are definitely doing a diamond next time. Table.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I don't like.
That's
All right.
Too much.
Let's rack it. Yep, throw it up there.
I feel like are we doing a straight
Wait,
line?
should we switch mojo again? How are we doing here? What are we doing here?
yeah, let's give it a try.
Everyone's re-racking.
Left cup.
Ah!
All right. Triangle or straight line? Tis your call.
What does your gut say?
Nice shot, Matt.
I always lean towards a straight line because it always ensures that if you have two cups left, they're doubled up. All right.
There's
Straight.
the woman that plays chronologically. I would like them in a straight line. Like Bozo's grand prize game up in here.
All right. The front of the line is going down. Oh, well, that works. The back. The
I
back.
just have to skip through.
I'll take that. Oh, you guys have a good setup too.
Let's see what happens here.
Oh,
That one.
Oh, fun. So much fun.
when it matters most. All right.
Oh boy. All right.
Oh boy. Just do it, Perry. You know you always do it.
Sorry.
Yep.
Oh.
Quick.
That's all right.
That's right. Damn it.
It's only 3 on the table. Yeah. If you do it, it's game. If you do it, it's game over. Like you did like 3 times. All right, so we have to hit all these. You want to go first or second?
I'm gonna go first.
All right.
Ah!
Can you do it, Matt?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Fucking like everything else tonight.
I want to do one
Damn.
behind the back.
Oh my god.
Now she's just toying with it.
Listen. They said they were literally hustling, so that is exactly their plan.
That's what happened.
That is what happens.
Well done. Well done.
I am.
Brian, I'm sorry. We're just like
Oh no! Don't be sorry. That is A1 skill right there.
Sabrina, we're just such a good team. Like nobody can handle this.
It's that quirky Mark's chemistry.
I-
Like right off the bat.
I really do wish that there was some sort of like subsection of Schmodown where some of these points could count towards
I was thinking the same same thing. I'm like, imagine if they had like a different division where we can add points to the quirky mercs based off of beer pong. I know we would dominate.
But doesn't it make sense that there would be some sort of bonus division?
Yeah.
Someone
We should pitch it to Christian. Maybe he'll be into it.
I wonder what's going to happen first: our beer pong division of the Schmodown, or my Scream exhibition match. Which I've been asking for that for like 2+ years now.
That would be awesome.
I would like it to happen. All right, so Sabrina, we're going to see you back next week. Wait, before we all do our shout outs, Annabelle is here.
Deal.
I'm an equal opportunity cheer squad. Congrats to all on a good game. Keep rocking. Annabelle, thank you
I like it.
for support and for giving everyone some love here. So Sabrina, where can everyone find you until they see you next week?
Yeah, here next week, but Twitter and Instagram at Sabrina X Monica, also on Twitter at Sabrina on Film. First Cut YouTube account, The Meaning of Podcast with RB3 and Andres Cabrera. This was a super, super fun game. Like, literally after the first one, I was a little nervous, but we came back. But that's the awesome thing. I look forward to this. Like every single Friday, I wake up and I'm like, "Yep, White Claw, beer pong, let's go."
Every single Friday you wake up with a White Claw?
Yeah, right away.
We don't judge. We're not here to judge, Matt.
Yeah, no, I encourage it. Is what I'm saying.
I have to pregame. That's how you have that like mojo when you're going into it. You know?
It's true.
Yeah,
100%.
All right, Brian, give us some plugs right now. You're working on some good stuff, and I want to make sure everybody here knows about it.
Of fucking course. I just hit it behind the back.
Now you
fucking reason. Sorry.
You can find me on Twitter at Junkfood Cinema, at Replay Per View, and then mine is just at Brian Salisbury, just like the steak. And then you can find both of my podcasts wherever you cram things in your ear holes, whatever podcatcher you use. Hashtag Stargrove.
Hey.
All right, Matt. One more. Happy birthday to Matt. And now what do you want to promote?
Hey, everybody.
Thank you. What do I want to promote? This week I wrote a piece in Shutters to Bite where I pretended to be Randy Meeks and I predicted the rules for Scream 5. That was very cool. And then, as always, I'm plugging the podcast, Certified Forgotten. We review horror movies with 5 or less Rotten Tomatoes reviews because they should not be forgotten. And we highlight the things that you guys don't see. So follow our podcast. We have a website, Patreon, all that stuff. And other than that, at Tanababom on Twitter, Letterboxd, and Instagram.
Guess what I'm going to give everyone? A ladies' night recommendation. The next episode is with Aya Cash. It's dropping on Monday, but we're releasing 2 really cool clips this weekend. One is about The Boys, and one is about the craziest story heard on the set of The Wolf of Wall Street, which is something else. So keep an eye out for that. That is it for Merri Hour this week. We will see you next Friday with more nonsense.